Eh, Good afternoon, friends. In yesterday's class, we have seen the industrial design and various aspects, what the importance of that, why we need to protect them, how it benefits the economic conditions of the state. In today's class, we will be interested mainly on geographical indicators. We'll try to understand the outline of the today's lectures are geographical indications, that is in short called GI tag, GI. What are the products which can be considered under GI tag? What are the benefits of protecting GI? What way you have to protect it? What is the protection? What is the need of protection of GI? Moreover, we'll see some of the aspects of trade secrets. We see the small difference between the trade secret and a patent. Hope I'm clear to you. Yes. Now, what are geographical indications? There is a first definition we try to understand. We have mentioned it in the very second class, but still we will repeat it. A geographical indication is a sign which identify a good as originating in the territory of a country or a region or a locality in that territory where a given quality, reputation, or other characteristics of the good is essentially attributable to its geographical origin. It should be geographical origin, not geographical origin. All right. See, by definition, it is a identification of the product with this geographical base. Geographical base. It may be a small village, a small territory of a country, a locality, a village maybe, or a region of the country where the quality of that product is due to that region, reputation of that product, that the quality of the product, essentially all those things are attributed with the help of geographical origin. See this error, this should be geographic, not geometric, geographic. All right. Therefore, any product which has got a geographic origin, then it can be given as a identified as a geographical indicator. It can be identified with a geometrical indication. We'll see some examples later. So, what is the importance of GI tag? GI tag is a certificate to quality and reputation. Suppose you have a GI tag, then it itself is a quality certificate, is a reputation of that product. Any product can be identified with a geographical tag, then it tells you about the quality of that. It creates a goodwill among the customers. What does it do? Because of the product's quality, customer is able to maintain goodwill. What do you mean by goodwill? Without checking for the second time, he will go for the product. He believes that product is good for him. Therefore, customer's goodwill is maintained with the help of GI tag. How it helps for the promoter company? For him, it enhances distribution and sale. For any person who goes for a item with the GI tag, who supplies or who sells, for him it is advantage in terms of distribution as well as sale of these products. Okay. Now, what type of products you can think of when I think of a GI tag product? Which are the type of products? For example, it may be the name of the place of origin. Name of the place of origin. That particular product is exclusively made in that particular place. For example, Switzerland chocolates are very, very famous. Swiss chocolates, what we call. They have a particular standard taste and quality. They have to maintain that taste and quality, then only they can be named as GI tag, as Swiss chocolates, Switzerland chocolates. It's not only the item like chocolates. So you are familiar with the Fenny of Goa. Goa Fenny has got a GI tag. France champagne. When you think of a champagne, people think of France champagne. So these are the names associated with the products. Therefore, they are identified with GI. Now we look at the agricultural products. So when I say agricultural products, that particular agricultural item as influenced, or the quality of that product is influenced by the local factors. What are local factors? It may be climate or soil. Climate of that particular area. Soil quality. Or the way in which they cultivate the product. These are going to matter. In such cases also, they are given the geographical identification tag. Examples I wrote. See, Tirur betel leaf. Tirur is a place in Kerala that is very, very famous for betel leaf. A smallest product of agriculture, betel leaf. Basmati rice, I already told you. Basmati rice is given the tag. It is agricultural product. It is agricultural product as name also represents the place also. Place. Now, it need not be the name of the original place or agricultural product. It also deals with the specific manufacturing skills and traditions. Certain places, the products are manufactured with very specific skills. As a result, they are given the geographical tag. Switzerland watches. When you think of a watch, Swiss watch, again it is very, very famous because the way they make it is with ultimate precision. They last long. Therefore, the name is associated with the watch, Switzerland watches. So I have given the two examples of local products of this area. One is Shankarpura Mallige, other one is Mattugulla. I also told you about the postage stamps. I have brought the postage stamps for your view. You can view this. See, this is the postage stamp of the Shankarpura Mallige. You can see the stamp over there. Similarly, you can see the product. And why I brought it is, in the back side of this, it is written. Say in the year, a GI tag is given. You can see here, you can, if you get the opportunity to read get this postal stamp or postal cover, you can see how GI indication is given by the government. Similarly, say you can see the Mattugulla Again, it is a local product of this region. Stamp is made from this, right? Stamp is made from this. Also, it is given the GI tag in the year 2011. This is written over here. You can see the GI tag is written in the year 2011. They made it a GI tag. Of course, if you get an opportunity, please have the look into the GI tag of these two products. I told you the place, agricultural product, the skill. One more thing is the reputation of the product. That is also given the GI tag. So you are all familiar with Darjeeling tea. It is supposed to be the ultimate quality tea which is available in India. Alfonso mango. When you recall mango names, Alfonso name comes. Malabar pepper. The quality of pepper available in the Malabar region is very good. Therefore, the GI tag is associated with the reputation as well. But all these things in general, or what I'm trying to say is they need not be given the tag, but reputation goes with them. Unless someone else misuses the product, there is no need to worry about the GI tag. Now, what are the benefits of geographical indications? Once a product is given GI, it is the legal protection for that product. Legally, no one else can produce it, or similar things cannot be sold in the name of that particular item. That's what I am saying, the unauthorized users. What do you mean unauthorized users? Suppose you have one product, similar products of some other area cannot be brought and cannot be sold in the name of this product. That is how GI tag will prevent unauthorized users. It is the certificate of the quality, I told you already. Helps consumer to get quality products of desired trades and assured authenticity. GI tag gives an authentic information about the quality. For a buyer, it gives the quality product. You don't have to check again for the verification of the quality. It promotes economic prosperity. Say any good item, once identified with a particular name, it can be sold for a very higher value. It can be exported to various countries. Therefore, items, if GI tags are given, you are promoting the economic status of them. It will be benefiting the one who manufactures it, similarly for the seller as well as for the country. These are the important benefits of the GI. Now, we'll see the small difference between trademark versus geographical indications. There are some similarity as well. First, we'll see the similarities. As trademark indicates the source, geographical indications also indicates the source. Therefore, it is a source indication. Suppose you name one item with one particular place. Say I told you Switzerland watches. Where do you go? You have to go to Switzerland to get that, or you have to import from them. Therefore, it gives the source. It guarantees the quality. Trademark, I told you. When there's a trademark, you are familiar that this is a good quality item. Tata's, Infosys, TCS. It guarantees the quality. Here also, GI tag gives a guarantee to the product. Valuable business interest. Therefore, anyone can easily purchase that item because he knows, because of the quality, it has a demand in the market. Promotes the competitiveness of business and growth of national economy. I told you, it promotes the competitiveness. People will have healthy competition to get that product and sell and make business. If it is not registered under GI, then any other a low quality product also can be brought under that and sold in that name. Therefore, it is as good as or as important as the trademark. For a company, is important. Trademark is important. Similarly, for a product, GI is also important. Now, what is the small difference between GI and a trademark? There is a very, very small difference. Difference in terms of ownership. When I say trademark, who is the owner of a trademark? That particular person or a particular company. He has got exclusive right to manufacture it, sell it, whatever. But it is not the case in the case of GI. Geographical indications, it is not owned by one particular person. It is owned by many. When I say many, not all over the world. It belongs to that territory or region. People who live in that region or people who are working in that business, in that kind of work, they are the only owners. Therefore, single ownership is not given to GI, whereas a particular group of people, it is a public of that region. That is the only difference between GI and trademark. Okay. Now, why we need to protect? As I told you, protection of GI is required since many ways it can misuse. The law allows the protection in so many aspects. It's not only like one infringement. No, it is not only infringement. It can, law will protect the GI tagged items under various aspects. One is against the unfair competition. I'll explain you. Say you have brinjals. I told you the Mattugulla brinjal and the other one. Someone else will get some other brinjal other than Mattugulla and sells, telling that this is Mattugulla. A common man will not understand unless he knows the taste of it. In such cases, law questions him under against unfair competition. Similarly, law allows the protection under consumer protection laws. What are the consumer protection laws? Consumer protection laws always protects the consumer and his interest. Suppose someone makes cheating with the consumer, he can get the protection from the consumer protection laws. It also, law protection can be given under the law for the protection of certification marks. It is as good as you were misusing a certificate or tampering a certificate. because GI tagged items cannot be compared to some other items. Therefore, you will get the benefit of law like certification tampering. Similarly, there are special laws for the protection of geographical indicators. Special law means that is unique. Only that product can be done with them in that, along with that people, with that technique or skills. That kind of laws are there at various nations. Appellation of origin. This is a very interesting thing. What is the appellation of origin? The item looks very similar to that. You have one item, which is the GI tag item. Whether someone else will manufacture an item looking very similar to that product, but it is not the original one. It appears like a original item. Therefore, law will give the protection under all the sections. That is, unfair competition, consumer protection, tampering of certification marks, geographical indication, special rights are there. Similarly, the appellation of origin. Now, what the court can do if someone misuses the GI? The court can give injunctions. You must be knowing the court issues injunctions. Injunctions means the party, the one who is done the mistakes, is stop doing that by issuing an injunction warrant. Injunction, normally we say. Court can issue injunction and stop producing that, marketing that, selling that. Court can fine the person and he may ask him to recover the damage by paying a particular amount. That means court will ask the culprit to do the payment for damage, or huge fine can be put on him. In serious issues, suppose GI is very much the amount of malfunctioning or mistake done by the person is, if it is serious kind, then the person can be imprisoned also. Court can imprison the person who violates the GI tag. Therefore, there is a very good protection from the law point of view for the items which are GIs. Okay. Now, what is a generic geographical indication? See, there are some items have generic nature. Some name is associated with that product or the style of that product or the origin of that product. Now, someone else has done the registration of GI with one particular name. But in some other place, a generic item is called with that name. Then what we do? Law cannot protect it. So one example, champagne is the GI item of the France. French name it is. Champagne means French product. But in USA, most of the wines also called with a generic name champagne. Therefore, the generic geographical indications, the term no longer functions as geographical indication. Therefore, if you say champagne of America is equivalent to French champagne, it is not correct. Champagne of America, because of the generic name it came. French champagne has got GI. Therefore, the generic names is associated with the GI names, then law cannot protect that. Now, how the international organizations or agreements will protect the geographical indications? As we know, we have World Intellectual Property Organization, we have World Trade Organization, we have TRIPS. All have various laws. They made various uh, provisions in the law to protect the GI. TRIPS is the authority to invalidate a trademark. Now, what do you mean by this? The members of the TRIPS have a responsibility to guide the organization by preventing the misuse of the GI. Suppose some country finds that there is a misuse of the GI by some other, then they can always refer to TRIPS. Then they can invalidate the trademark. A GI is used as a trademark by some other person. Then that trademark can be invalidated by TRIPS. Similarly, the Paris Convention, which will protect the GIs, agreement, that is Paris Convention, protection of industrial property of 1883, has got provision to protect the geographical indications. Similarly, Lisbon Agreement for the protection of appellations of origin. At the time of Lisbon Agreement itself, people found that there is a possibility of misuse of the items by creating one item very much similar to the other. Therefore, all these organizations will help in protecting the geographical indications. Now you see, now I told you about GIs. Now there is a particular aspect called indigenous knowledge. What do you mean by indigenous knowledge? Indigenous knowledge is a quality of particular group of people of the village. Therefore, this indigenous knowledge has to be protected. It will help for the rural development. When I say indigenous knowledge, particularly people who live in the very much villages, tribes who live in the forest, they have the important skills. You might have seen some tribes have their own skills of making some products, which normal people who lives in the city cannot make it. It cannot be prepared in an industry as well. Such things are there. Therefore, this knowledge is not institutionalized. This knowledge is not available in the form of a book or a training, or an institution can do it to prepare it. Not possible. It is knowledge of folklore. That means the people who live in a country, in a village. Therefore, this knowledge is available in the public domain, which is not very much organized. Still, it is available in the public domain. There is a need to protect this kind of indigenous knowledge, because indigenous knowledge will be the asset of those tribal people. Therefore, international agreements are there to protect this indigenous knowledge. Why it is protected? In a way, you are stopping the biopiracy of the traditional knowledge. By protecting this indigenous knowledge, you are stopping the biopiracy. Therefore, international laws prevent this kind of misuse of indigenous knowledge. Now we'll see some more things about the trade secrets and undisclosed information. I told you trademark is registered, GI can be obtained by registering, but there is another important area in business that is called trade secret. It need not be registered. Of course, it can be registered as well. What are these trade secrets? Trade secrets are normally maintained by the owner of the business. Only he knows that product. What? Just an example I give you. Say data compilation, customers, list of suppliers, clients, different kinds of designs, drawings, plans, blueprints, algorithms, procedure to implement a program, different types of instructional methods, manufacturing methods, repair work, that is a unique skill, documented tracking, some type of formulas, financial informations, personal records, ingredients, the particular business like hotel business, ice cream business, the proportion of ingredients is very important. That is kept as a trade secret. Information about research and development. So all these things are listed under trade secret. This need not be disclosed by a person, owner of the companies, because he maintain it at some very, very secret level. They maintain it because that is very important for them. Now, what is the difference between patents or trade secrets? When I say trade secret, there are two types. Some trade secrets are like inventions or manufacturing processes that do not meet patentability, but they are not worth patentable since they do not meet the patentability. The second type is trade secrets may fulfill the inventiveness. It is worth registering as a patent. Now, what the owner will do, whether he register or will not register, better to register a trade secret. Advantage is it doesn't have time limit. Normally, patent is for 20 years. No, trade secret do not have time limit. It doesn't have much registration cost, except some small fee. Nothing else is there. He can register it. It follows with immediate effect. Once he register, from that moment itself, he can, that is his property. He do not have to disclose the information. Because once he discloses the information, it becomes a public document. Therefore, once you are registering it as a trade secret, it need not be, you should not be, or you are not going to disclose any information about the trade secret. Therefore, trade secret can be registered or it can be maintained without registration, provided if you are able to maintain that secret at the cost of some other expenses. Anyway, if it is patentable, you can register it and get the patent also. But time limit is 20 years. Once 20 years over, that can be done by anybody else. It becomes a public document. If you don't register, you can protect as well. All right. See, with this, I think we have talked about the GIs, geographical indications, as well as trade secrets. What is their importance? How the various laws try to protect the trade secrets, and what is the advantage of protecting the trade secret? What is the disadvantage of registering? Once you register, the time limit is lost, right? Now you will lose the time limit. Therefore, that is the only disadvantage. Otherwise, there is no disadvantage of registering the a trade secret. I think